We've got one last fight of this Ultimate Red Zone from the 11th anniversary, so let's just go ahead and beat it. Today we're going to be going into the Omega Shenron stage of the Ultimate Red Zone re-edition, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different kind of video today. I have, as you can kind of see by my setup a little bit, I'm kind of holding my mic. I have been noticing that a lot of people are just new to Dokkan right now, and I do believe it's because of the 11th anniversary and things of that nature. But a lot of people are new to Dokkan right now, and they're wondering how to beat a lot of these new stages. So I kind of wanted to do a different kind of format of video for how I clear these stages, and that I'm going to be talking over gameplay that I have recorded previously of me beating this stage and explaining everything that I did, as well as going over everything about the stage down to the numbers and everything that they do, to make sure that everyone is as informed as possible for what the stage is and what the stage can do, so that you guys can go and beat it by yourself using your own teams, using your own items, whatever it may be. But I wanted to do a little bit of a different style of video, kind of a more instructional video of how to beat these bosses. But yeah, let's just jump into the recording and let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'll start the recording here. As I said, I'm going to be talking over this gameplay video I've got playing here. I'm going to kind of also skip around through it. I do have it obviously in like a player right now, so I'm going to be skipping around through it. But I do want to just kind of talk about this first phase of the fight, as well as this fight in general. I'm actually going to talk about the fight in general a little bit first, because I do have some strong feelings about this fight. So this Omega fight, it is 3 phases. We have this first int phase, there is an STR phase, and then another int phase after that. So we have a 3-stage fight. It is a long form fight, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. And it is going to take a little bit, so units like stacking are going to be very useful in this fight. But there is one thing, and we'll lead into, I guess, talking about this first phase, is this first phase absolutely stops you from stacking. That is the one thing that sucks about this fight, is that they do not let you stack easily with this first phase for a multitude of reasons. And this first phase is mainly why I hate this fight so much, honestly. So with the first reason of this fight, I'm kind of clicking off here, so I'm gonna let things play. The first phase of this fight being this first Shadow Dragon, I'll show some of it on screen when I'm referencing it. So a lot of his stuff doesn't matter. He is a normal phase, but the biggest thing that he does that makes it so annoying, or like, I guess, you know what, there's actually so many things this guy does. He's so annoying. I really do hate this event. Like, this fight really is just, it's a pain in the ass, dude, and especially just because of this first phase. So with this first phase, he doesn't hit that hard. He's hitting for 3.9 million, which nowadays is not terrible. It's like, that's pretty livable for, I mean, it pretty much is like very livable for pretty much every like major unit in the game. So if you have like STR Goku, Daima Goku, he can live this super fine in slot 1. You can throw him anywhere and like he'll be able to live this. He is also every time going to super in slot 1. He always does it. So he's always going to super slot 1 no matter what, like slot 0, that first slot. He will always be supering there, as you probably have already seen on the gameplay too. He will always super at that spot. So there's no need to predict where he is, as you can, okay, yeah, as you can see right here, as I clicked on perfectly. He's always going to super there, and this Daima Goku is going to be able to tank it perfectly, as we will kind of show here. Yeah, he's not doing that much damage for this first phase, but the thing that annoys me the most about him is that he's dealing 30% of your HP every single turn. That's so annoying. He gets 100,000 damage per tech key sphere obtained, so he's changing the tech key sphere to bombs, and then you're taking 100k per key sphere, and then he's minusing your ki by 10. This is happening every single turn, and you're just gonna sit there and be, honestly, in my opinion, you're gonna sit in hell. Like, it's literally hell for like 5 turns, unless you can kill him quick. The one thing that I liked about this Daima Goku team that I'm running is that we were able to kill him quick. Because of the Daima Goku giving, he does have key issues, but these monkeys all have a lot of links together, so you are able to get a lot of key. And other teams like Realm of Gods doesn't struggle for key with this. Teams that have a lot of key support, like, they're not going to struggle as much for key, but Realm of Gods doesn't struggle as much. But like, using these Daima Gokus, they do a lot of damage, and this guy does not have a lot of health, as you can see, so we're kind of want to get out of it as quick as possible, because we want to be able to heal and use our health again. But that first phase just really does stop you from doing like anything, and it just keeps your health really, really low. So you can kind of use it as an opportunity to stack a little bit if you're able to get the key orb. So you can bring the 8th years if you want and use the key orb, which by the way, also with my team, a lot of those units are interchangeable. Like Goma is not needed. The Int UI Goku, he is somewhat more accessible to people, but he's not needed. Like he can be replaced. Goma can 100% be replaced. I was this close to replacing him like every time for my runs. I'm really just using him for giant form for that final phase. But the way we're running this, you don't even really need him to use his giant form. But yeah, you can kind of replace some units for this team. But this first phase is just really going to keep your health low, so you need to make sure that you're not at 1 HP, because if you're at 1 HP, then you're just going to be able to be hit by any normal, and if you take double digits, you're still going to die. So you want to prioritize getting same type orbs for this first phase of Omega Shenron, even though we've already moved on to the second phase, which is perfect timing, I guess. It's time for me to talk about the second phase. I messed up, and in my recording, I forgot that I reset something, so I needed to cut that out. So I'm just going to re-say everything I said. For this Sin Shenron boss, he is nothing like the first phase. He has literally no gimmicks, 0. All he does is that he does a lot of damage. He does 7.2 million super attack, and it has a 50% chance to be in, or like has a 50% chance of happening. But from my experience, it always happens in that first slot. I'm not gonna say always, it mostly happens in that first slot, regardless of where it is, because I'm pretty sure it goes after this Vegeta after he's done supering. But he, most of the time, is going to super in that first slot, but he does not have a script like the first phase, as well as the last phase of this fight, which we'll get into him having his script. But this Sin Shenron is just kind of a high damaging middle phase, just to try and catch you off guard, which we'll see if he supers this guy in this first slot to just kind of prove my point with it. But this guy is a much simpler boss phase right now. Like, is he gonna super him? Yeah. In my experience, he supers in this first slot pretty much every single time. So I would watch out for that and plan for that. So yeah, he took 200k. I know Daima Goku would be able to take nothing pre and post super. I'm assuming with maybe without Monkey Links, he might take a little more. But Daima Goku's able to tank this fully. So it is of that level. Daima Goku obviously being a, like, one of the few pure slot ones that, like, can just raw tank things. He is able to fully tank this, so you don't need to worry if you just throw Daima Goku in slot 1. He can sit there and tank this STR Sin's attacks, whilst the rest of the team is doing whatever the rest of the team needs to do. Whether it be stacking, healing back up from the first phase, whatever it may be, you can trust Daima Goku to take everything in that first slot, or whatever unit you're using. If you've stacked them up a little bit, they are going to be able to tank that. Vegeta, he's going to probably need 3 rainbow orbs, as you saw with that turn before. I believe he only got 3, so he only had part of his damage reduction up, and that was post-super as well, so he would be pretty dangerous, like, pre-super. But he's not building up attack, he's not building up defense, there's no gimmicks with this STR Sin fight, so it is just going to be a moving through it and getting through to prepare for that final phase. So you just want to use this phase, I guess, to stack up as much as possible, stacking up with this MUI, stacking up with the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Goku, your 8th years if you brought them, whatever you need to do, use this phase to just stack up and prepare for that final phase of Omega that I guess we'll just get into right now before this phase finishes, because there's really nothing much else to talk about with this phase. It's not nearly as annoying and terrible as the this second phase is not nearly as bad and terrible as the first phase. I never died to this second phase doing my practice runs. I only died to phase 1 and phase 3. So this phase I really don't think is an issue, and you're just gonna kind of, unless the only reason you're gonna die is if you fail a dodge, or your Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, if he gets unlucky with orbs and you have to throw him in slot 1 or something. That's really the only way you're going to die. But if you throw Daima Goku in there, he should be all good, and most other slot ones should be good if they're stacked up a little bit. But yeah, let's just move on to that third phase. All right, we are on the third phase of Omega here. I'll let the gameplay still play in the background. But this guy, as I kind of teased a little bit before, he is a scripted boss. But he's a kind of an interesting script boss. So you are able to predict him. So as we see here, I'm switching into Vegeta. I don't think this is Vegeta's first turn. I don't remember exactly. I'll see what I do here. If it is his first turn, then I'm gonna stay in as Vegeta and just let him tank. If it's not his first turn, then I might end up switching into Goku. Okay, then I think it's probably not his first turn then. I might be switching into Goku here and maybe using an item or something. Because I believe I did use items in this run, and I just want to preface this here. This is going to be just a guide video. You can use it whatever. I keep forgetting that like during my gameplay, I close the video to like text people so that I have to cut the video out. But I'm stupid. It's fine. But I'll go back to what I was saying. I'm using items in this run. It did take me like an hour and a half to beat this event, so eventually I just got tired of it and decided to use items. But yeah, I'm using these videos to beat these events by any means necessary. So if I use items, you don't have to use items, or you can. If I don't use items, you can use items. You don't have to follow what I do. Do what you want to do to beat the event, and I want to beat the event as well. So I'm going to beat it by any means necessary. I have beaten this event no items. When it first came out, I did a practice run of it, and I was able to beat him no items. It is just, Dokkan is just a game of luck sometimes. And being able to get the no item can be as easy as luck. I know a big example with that is the Jiren fight that just came out. Some people are beating it very, very early and saying it's easy just because they got really lucky with how the attacks are. It's just how this game is, and it's just how I'm going to run it. But I'm going to talk about it with items or without, however I'm doing it. That's how I'm going to explain how to do it. And whether I don't use items, I'm going to still act like I could use items, and this is where I would use items. Especially with some like events that I'm not going to use items, or I guess ones where I don't think I need to. But okay, back to what I was saying with this guy. He is a scripted boss, so we know what he is going to do. And the things that we know he's going to do, as we saw at the beginning of this rotation, he is going to super in slot 0 every single time on his first turn. On his second turn, he's going to super in slot 3 every single time, and it's going to be an AoE super. He has two different kinds of supers. It's very weird. So he's going to alternate between these two. So this turn we're coming on now is going to be, and I'm using an item for it because I'm preparing, this is going to be an AoE super guaranteed in slot 3. So Daimogoku can sit in this first slot and be completely fine. There's nothing we need to do with this Daimogoku. He's only going to take normals. Vegeta is only going to take a super post-super. And then same thing with STR Goku. He's going to super in that slot 3 and hit everyone on the rotation. And then the turn after this, he's going to go right back to supering in slot 0, and it's only going to be a one-person attack. Turn after that, he'll go back to this AoE. So he's going to keep flopping these two super attacks. So he'll go from supering in slot 0, supering in slot 3, supering in slot 0, and so on and so forth. So you can prepare what to do with this guy and prepare to dodge that slot 0 super attack, and then be able to live it post super once you get into that third slot super attack territory. But also what you want to do is you're going to want to use the giant forms to avoid the AoE super one as much as you can if you have that ability. Because looking at it, his other super that only hits one person is going to hit you for 9.8 mil. The other one is going to hit you for 10.5 mil. Now, I know it's only a 700k jump, but for a lot of these units, that could mean a lot. So that big enough of a jump could be scary enough to catch your units off guard and end up killing you. But that AoE super is going to be the stronger one, and that's the one that you're going to want to watch out for, but it's only every other turn that you're going to have to deal with that. So if you can make it so that you're, like how I kind of have it here, where my dodge units are the ones that are on the single super, the slot 0 super, they can handle that slot 0, and the normals aren't going to kill anyone else. Normals should not be an issue for really anyone. This isn't Bio Broly. You know, we're not taking 10 million normals. I believe he only has he has 3.5 million normals, which, yeah, when you're taking those post super, that should be all good to do by this point of the fight. So because all your stackers should be pretty darn good by this point to be able to live everything. So that is the thing with this fight, is you are just going to have to whittle him down and watch out for those specific super attacks in those specific slots and be able to dodge those and take care of those. But yeah, as I said with the Goma using the giant form, you want to save, here's the AoE super attack, you want to save all of your utility to dodge this AoE super attack as much as you can. We have a Whis up, so he's not going to die. Goku's not going to die, and then he would dodge. You should be able to live it if we are using items. I did save that item to use it on the AoE super attack turn so that we could survive with more of those turns as well. Because though the original turn, like I said, we can use the UI Gokus and stuff to dodge when he's supering in slot 0. Because obviously Daima Goku, I don't think would be able to live that in slot 0. He would be able to live the AoE super post super, but the slot 0 one, he is not able to tank it just like raw before he super attacks. He would still end up dying, and so you want to be able to you want to be able to do everything post super. So dodging or somehow tanking, whether it's like maybe the 8th years you could use on that slot 0 super attack, is going to be the best case scenario for you when facing off against this guy. All right, yeah, I'm cutting to the final turn here of us beating this guy. We have been using items. It is turn 14 at this point. I think I'm like 30 minutes into the run. Like I said, we've been using items. We've used all our active skills. We've done everything. This is the AoE super turn. As you can see, he did not super here in this beginning slot. So we have all 3 of these attacks to kill him, which I guess is another plus of him supering in slot 3, is that you have all 3 attacks to be able to kill him before he supers you and catches you with something else. Like, you know, if he's got a sliver of health left, you can die. You've got 3 whole characters to attack to be able to beat him in that way, and hopefully beat him before he supers you. But obviously our Vegeta is going to kill him here, and we will be all good, and we are going to beat this fight having used items, but we were able to complete it regardless. And this is a breakdown of every single phase and every single like thing that he is possibly able to do, and I guess how I was able to beat it, just running rotations kind of a UI Goku and an STR Goku floating around, but showing that how everyone can tank and how everyone does in each phase of the fight. First phase obviously being much easier than the rest, and then second phase being still decently easy. You're just gonna kind of chill in there and stack up a little bit, but he does do a little bit of damage, and he pretty much always supers in slot 1, and then slot 3 has that scripted super attack thing that you're gonna want to watch out for and be able to avoid him as much as possible, because he's going to hit really, really hard. Or even the tankier units are not going to be able to just tank him fully. All right, yeah, let me know what you think about this kind of video. I had a whole lot of fun doing it. I enjoy talking about the strategy of the fight, and it's a lot easier for me to talk about it when I'm kind of going over the fight instead of when I'm actively in the moment. And I might make these still a little bit of talking head videos, giving my opinions. As I said, I hate this fight. I will admit it. I really do hate this fight. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you stayed all the way to the end of the video, I think I love you. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, let me know what you think of the new video format, and I will see you guys in the next video.